Welcome in. You're watching Weather Unfiltered. I'm Mike Bettis.
I'm Alex Wilson here on a Friday. Our expert, Dr. Rick Knabb, he's in his showgirl era, so he took the day off.
Is that what he's doing?
No.
He's just like listening and on loop,
I like to think so. I like to think he's dancing to Elizabeth Taylor at his house, but I think he's like out to dinner like a normal
Yeah,
human.
he likes to ride his bike. My guess is that his soundtrack was probably not
I don't
Taylor
know.
Swift
He
today,
did say he was listening to Taylor radio yesterday. So
Was he?
He may have low-key surprised us.
That would have very much surprised me.
You know what? The guy is multifaceted. And the weather is bringing a little bit of everything this weekend. We've got rain to the south. We've got heat to the north. Maybe a little flip-flop of what we
Yeah, it's very interesting that here we are in October and the temperatures are going the wrong way. They're going up, way up, potentially record-setting for some of you, and then the same old for you in places like Florida and the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, so what do you say we start with a look at New Orleans? Just one of it does not look great there. I'm not going to lie. You've got really low clouds, like right up to the top of Everbank Stadium. You're like, whatever, we deal with it now because we don't want it Monday night. Monday Night Football there in Jacksonville. So Northeast Florida playing host to the Kansas City Chiefs. We've got rain in the forecast, unfortunately, for this one, too. So could be. It's one of those games, I feel like, when the weather throws a curveball at us. It is the most entertaining game to watch on television, and it's the most miserable game to be at in person. The dichotomy of where you're watching this is such a huge swing when you've got weather, whether it's the snow and the wind and the brutal cold, or in this case, a rainy game. We've got temps in the upper 70s for the start of this one, dropping into the mid 70s. So notice not much of a temperature change because of the rain showers, the cloud cover. We've got winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's take a look at our quarterback passing performance in rain games. We got Patrick Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence. Very tall guy. Yards per game, pretty similar. Honestly, quarterback rating, not too different. Touchdowns per game, both around 1. Interceptions per game, both just under 1. So actually looks like a pretty, equal or equitable matchup given the forecast with the crummy weather. I feel like nobody's 100% in that kind of weather, right? Jacksonville, between now and Tuesday, how about 2+ inches of rain? So I think you'll probably be between 2 and 2.5 inches. Down towards Palm Coast, Daytona Beach, these areas could see 3, 4+ inches of rain. Farther west you go, lesser totals for you. So I think Gainesville, you're probably around an inch with less than an inch. Areas to the west of I-75. Now the rain is falling out there right now. You've got some pockets of downpours, but you've got a lot of areas that are reporting sunshine. So that's kind of the deal for our Friday night football game. Some areas are good, some areas have rain, and honestly, you're probably going to switch spots. So you might start out the football game with rain showers, then you'll see the sunshine, or once the sun goes down, then you clear out the skies. A place like Gainesville, you could start with more sunshine, see some passing showers through the game. So just be aware of that. Winds, by the way, in Daytona Beach gusting to 24 miles per hour. Forecast for the future radar. We've got Jacksonville, Palm Coast, Daytona Beach, Gainesville, all looking at showers. Again, farther east you are, the better chances of the rain. And again, pockets of heavy rain embedded in there. Look at Saturday. We're going to do the same thing tomorrow afternoon. So outdoor plans, just be aware. You may be taking things inside briefly. I don't think any day is a complete washout. Even Sunday, you're out there for brunch. You've got the showers scattered about, but they're going to be moving through. So you'll get breaks in the rainfall. Fort Lauderdale, 8-mile-per-hour wind. Miami, meanwhile, gusting to 23 miles per hour. Very similar setup right now across South Florida. We've got the scattered rain and storms, and we're going to see that continue here through the day Saturday into our Sunday and Monday as well. So a lot of Florida. It's all about persistent, easy-to-remember forecasts. It's just not really what we want, Mike.
No, for sure. Now,
90 degrees on Saturday, mid-80s Sunday, lower 80s on Monday, and then look at Tuesday. We are back to right around average with our high of 65. So actually a little bit below average, dare I say, for early next week. So we're going to see some changes here. It's like when they land the plane, but not necessarily in a really smooth fashion. It kind of just bounces on the runway. That's kind of us. We're returning back closer to normal, but it might be a little bit more jarring than you would have thought. Through Tuesday, potential record highs and warm lows, each and every one of these dots. So through a lot of the plains, through a lot of the Great Lakes and Midwest, through sections of the Southeast and Florida, through the Northeast as well. We're sharing the wealth of the above average temperatures, and that jet stream surging to the north is the responsible party for this. We've got high pressure in charge, jet stream way up there, so that allows those temperatures to build to those above average numbers. Looking at 80s and 90s for Minneapolis and Omaha and Chicago and Detroit and Indianapolis, Kansas City as well. Notice a little bit cooler across sections of the southeast as you're going to keep more of that east wind. Through tomorrow, we've got Minneapolis, 90 is the forecast. The record is 89. Green Bay, Wisconsin, 89. The record is 84. So that should be an easy break. Lansing, I think you're going to break the record by 2 degrees. In Marquette, Michigan, 84, our forecast high. The record is 78. So that one, another one that'll likely be smashed across the region. Forecast highs on Sunday. We've got mid-80s for Cincinnati, for St. Louis, Kansas City, and Des Moines. We've got the Bengals hosting the Detroit Lions. I've seen a lot of Twitter convo about this one because they're like, please be merciful to us, the Detroit Lions, because obviously, like, well, Joe Burrow's gone, and they're having a tough time, all right? We'll just be gentle. Temperatures at 425 in the mid-80s. We will fall, though, to the low 70s by 8 o'clock. So that drier air warms up quickly, but it also cools off more rapidly. So once the sun goes down, temperatures could be getting a little bit crisp. Mike?
Did I see a tiny little tear there for your...
Older.
Listen.
Except vision and... pain, like what you feel when you wake up, like the ability to wake up quickly.
When I get out of bed, it sounds like popcorn, like everything goes pop, pop,
yeah,
pop, pop.
Yeah. I'm like, how did I must have slept like this, and then everything hurts. But no, I do think you get better at your job as you get older.
Like the wine, like a cheese.
Yeah.
All those things.
Non-perishable cheeses, especially. I mean, those things will last 30 years.
You're sending the cheeses to him too.
I am. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna send every NFL quarterback.
And his wife is gonna be like, "Why is this random woman from the Weather Channel sending you spreadable cheese?"
And she'll be like, actually, you know what? I appreciate this because these cheeses are great.
And he's like, I can't eat that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm an athlete. I'm not. But like, I'll be like, girl, have some cheese.
Although I don't think she's going to eat it either. Isn't she an actress or something?
Yeah,
so
probably. But I don't know. I feel like every once in a while you can just appreciate.
Can you have a binge day? Can you have a cheat
probably
day?
not if you're a Hollywood actress.
No.
That's why I'm glad I do my job because I can have non-perishable cheeses.
Okay.
I'm not built for what, Victoria's Secret. You can't have cheese.
What are you built for, Allie? I don't
Weather.
know. Okay.
Weather.
Because when there's a big windstorm,
cheese.
You're sturdy.
Let's be real. Yeah, well, that too. But like the stuff that we've got in our hallway, our snack drawer, we're not eating apples.
They entice us with the vending machine.
Yeah. We love the nightshade vegetable. No, I'm just kidding. We like candy bars.
Listen, we have the little table out there. People bring their cupcakes and cookies and all that. The other day, someone put some Cheerios out there. I like that was a weird thing to put on the community table, Cheerios.
We'll let you get to weather in a second, but I do think that, do you notice when they bring cupcakes, they always bring them in the most neon fluorescent icing colors? I think it's so they think I won't eat it. And I'm like, I'm going to eat it.
You're like,
I'm going to have neon green teeth one day.
I had the cupcakes.
Sorry, I had the cupcake. It was so good.
Yummy.
Yeah.
All right, folks, enough talk about food, and maybe you're hungry now, or maybe you're going for dessert. I don't know. Let's talk a little bit more about the weather. That includes
Season 2 of Timber Titans. It's here, so get ready for more edge of your seat action as we follow loggers who fight extreme weather and merciless terrain to sustainably harvest one of our most vital natural resources. While in the Northeast, no snow. All about the warmth. Philadelphia will be hosting the Dodgers here in coming days, and we've got warmth on the way in the city of brotherly love. I know you'll be very hospitable to the folks from California. That's just what you do, right? 83 on Saturday, 84 Sunday. We're going to stay in the lower 80s on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Notice there's a lot of sunshine, just a few clouds overhead during the day. Tuesday? Outside of that, I think Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all three very bright days. Then we got rain coming in on Wednesday. Notice that takes our temperatures back to around 70. And in the wake of that system, we'll be back to cool, mid and upper 60s on tap next Thursday and Friday. So it's not a long-lasting stretch of heat, but there's going to be at least some above average heat heading our way. So what does that mean for records? We're going to be above average, sure, but there are going to be areas, probably not Philadelphia, but in sections of the Northeast, really New York and New England, that do see the potential for some of those record highs or record warm low temperatures. Those extend down to Florida. They extend into the Ohio Valley and Midwest, the Great Lakes, the Plains, even parts of the West could be looking at some record warmth. It's all thanks to this big ridge, this big bulge in the jet stream way up there into Canada. That's surging north, and so underneath that ridge, we see above average temperatures. And for some of these areas, these departures from average will get us up into record territory because those highs, they're going to be 15, 20, even 25 degrees above average. We're talking 90s in Minneapolis tomorrow. By the way, if we get to 90 tomorrow, that would be the latest 90-degree day on record for the city of Minneapolis. Previous record, today, Mean Girls Day, October 3rd. 80s for Detroit and Indianapolis and for Memphis. Now, Minneapolis, you've had only 3 days of 90-degree-plus temperatures in the month of October since 1872. That's you've had no consecutive days. So non-consecutive, it's just been a day here, a day there. The record October high is 92 degrees. We've got 90 tomorrow, so we're going to be right there if we get there. Back to 80 on Sunday, 62 on Monday, so temps take quite a tumble, and overnight lows go from near 70 to the upper 40s on Monday. We'll be right back. Close to somebody do I use the word hate, or do I just say strongly dislike? No, they hate each other. Miami, Florida State, this is a big in-state rivalry. Both teams doing really well this year as well. 7:30 game time in Tallahassee. Expect mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures not too bad. I think for game time, probably in the low 80s, falling into the upper and mid 70s towards the later part of the game. Let's hope it ends in, regular time. I feel like overtime, when it's a late game, it just gets too late. Pasadena, California, at the Rose Bowl Stadium, we have the Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the UCLA Bruins tomorrow at 12:30. Now, I usually go up against all my Weather Unfiltered teammates, and I always lose. But Mandy, our producer, you went to UCLA, and I actually feel like I've got a good chance at this one, and I'm sorry for that. Mandy has nothing to say. Oh, no, she says it's okay. I feel like me and Mandy can't even. Me and Mandy are going to make a wager, and it's just us going out for margaritas afterwards. And we like that. That's a no-lose wager. By the way, weather no lose either. We've got mid and upper 70s on the docket for this one. All right, Texas heading to Gainesville to take on the Florida Gators. This one could see some passing showers, not just through the game, but also during the tailgating. I know it's been a tough season here for the Gators, but you're still going to get out there. You're still going to tailgate. We want to see Arch. We've got passing showers. Again, there's plenty of dry time, but there will be periods where you could see some of those rain showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder all the way through game time. And then Vanderbilt at Alabama. This, again, a big one. Both ranked teams, 2:30 tomorrow in Tuscaloosa. Warm for this one. We've got temps in the low to mid 80s under partly cloudy skies. Don't forget the sunscreen.
You stay with us for a second hour of Weather Unfiltered. I'm Mike Bettis.
I'm Alex Wilson. Dr. Nab has the night off. He'll be back with us on Monday. We made it to Friday. By the way, it's October 3rd. And on October 3rd, he asked me what day it was. Do you remember what movie that's from?
It was Mean Girls. I
Yes.
don't remember what it was.
It's Mean Girls Day.
Oh, it's Mean Girls Day.
It's just Mean Girls Day.
Okay.
She goes, the other day, he asked me what day it was. And he goes, hey, what day is it? And she goes, it's October 3rd.
Are we supposed to take the day off, or?
Oh, we should have. Do you want to just go?
Yeah, I do. I wouldn't mind, actually.
It's just like,
why don't you stay? And you can.
Well, no, I have to celebrate October 3rd, too. We could
Well,
just
that's
put out
awfully
maps.
mean of you.
That is. Oh, I'm a mean girl.
Exactly.
Yes, following the theme. We've got kind of like not the best forecast, I'm not going to lie. For parts of the Gulf Coast, you're going to feel like you're being bullied a little bit by the weather because it's not like it's even one day. It's every single day we've got chance for rain. Now, not a complete washout, but still chance
And
for rain.
Florida, we're doing it again, right?
Yeah.
It's been the same forecast over and over for us. Oh, by the way, some October heat really roaring across the plains in the Midwest, even up into Canada. Temperatures being the 80s and 90s.
Yes, could be 90 degrees tomorrow in Minneapolis. So we're going to get you to that. We're going to wean you. It's like we're dipping our toe in before we get crazy. Let's start with Florida. Friday night matchup between Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence and rain. So there's like a third player in this. This is going to be like what's the sports version of a love triangle? There's two opponents. So Chiefs are going up against the Jaguars and the weather here because unfortunately the rainy forecast that we've got for the weekend across Florida, it extends into Monday. So rain, 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 rain. We'll keep it easy for you. Temps go from the upper 70s around game time, dropping about a degree or two. So you're not going to see much change in the temps throughout the game, given all the moisture, given the rain showers in the area. And when we look at the quarterback ratings and the passing performance between the two quarterbacks, Mahomes and Lawrence, in these kind of conditions, honestly, everything's fairly similar. A little bit lower quarterback rating for Lawrence, but yards per game, you can see fairly similar. Touchdowns per game, fairly similar, both around 1 and just under 1 for interceptions per game. So we'll see how it all plays out. I said last hour, it's like, I feel like the rainy games are so fun to watch from the comfort of your dry couch where you've just got like your bag of corn chips in front of you and you're in no way suffering. Meanwhile, you got tickets to that game. You're super excited. You're sitting there in a poncho eating 1850 nachos that aren't nearly as good as your corn chips, and you're drenched too. So it's like we love to watch because they're exciting, but sitting in the stands probably won't be super comfortable. Rainfall totals between now and Tuesday. Expect around 1 to 2 inches there in the Jacksonville area. I think south on 95. That's where we could get into some of those 2, 3+ inch totals. Farther west you go, lesser totals. So Big Bend area of Florida, Panhandle of Florida, even West Coast like Tampa, less rain than what we're going to see in our eastern cities. Right now, Daytona Beach is gusting to 23 miles an hour, 20-mile-an-hour wind gust. In Gainesville, you can see the scattered showers. So even Friday night football games, you may be dry to start, see a shower, dry out again. You may be dealing with a shower to start the game and then dry out. So they're going to be transient showers and thunderstorms out there this evening. We keep that going on Saturday, again on Sunday. So it's not like any place is going to pour for hours, but you could get a few rounds even in a single day. Notice a little bit more coverage here into the day on Sunday. South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, you've got rain. Miami, you're gusting to 21 miles an hour with thunderstorms well to the north of West Palm Beach. When we look at the forecast on the future radar, Saturday, very similar to North Florida. So scattered showers and thunderstorms. Sunday, also going to be a similar forecast. So again, not raining at all times, but you'll get those passing showers, passing thunderstorms. And when you get the thunderstorms, you could be looking at some very heavy downpours. 1 to 2 inch totals possible here into the southeast part of the state of Florida. So again, the big winners will be on the East Coast. Miami forecast looks like this. I think your driest day going to be Saturday. I think the showers are going to be more hit or miss then, but Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday especially, we're going to see those rainfall chances and totals probably start to ramp up, Mike.
All right, Alex, thank you very much for that.
Heat. I know Dr. Nab said yesterday that that's what some of his Midwest friends were thinking. Chicago, it's not a long stretch of heat, but there is going to be heat this weekend. 89 on Saturday, 85 Sunday, 83 Monday. By the way, the average high this time of year is 69, so 20 degrees above average tomorrow. But notice by Tuesday, oh boy, we take a big old tumble. 65 the high, so actually slightly below average, but much more in line with what we would typically see and think we'd see this time of year. Through Tuesday, you've got that big ridge, and that is allowing not just for the above average temperatures, but also temperatures that get up into record territory. We're talking record warm high temperatures and record warm low temperatures. So each and every one of these dots where we could set that, you can see really Rockies eastward. Those are the spots that we've got to watch for potential records to be set. Tomorrow, big ridge in the jet stream, so that's going to surge way up to the north over the Great Lakes, and that's allowing even those far northern locations like a Minneapolis to get up to well above average. And again, if Minneapolis hits 90 tomorrow, it would be the latest 90-degree day on record for the city. High temperatures in this zone, 15, 20, 25 degrees above average. Not just 90s in Minneapolis, but also for Omaha, 80s in Chicago and Detroit. But remember, it's going to be upper 80s in Chicago. So don't think this is like 80. This might be like 88 to 89 degrees for you. Tomorrow, Minneapolis, the forecast is 90. The record is 89. So it's been close, but not quite there. Do we get there tomorrow? We will see. Green Bay, you should beat the record by several degrees. 89 the forecast, 84 the record. Same for Lansing. I think you beat by 2. I think Marquette, you set the record. If you get to 84 by 6 degrees, the current record is 78 degrees. So you'd be way up above that record high set back in 2023. On Sunday, we've got mid-80s for Chicago, Detroit, Cincinnati, St. Louis, Kansas City, Des Moines, Minneapolis at 80. I felt like that, like the I've Been Everywhere song where he like names a couple of cities real fast. Cincinnati, you are hosting the Detroit Lions this weekend. It's going to be a tough one, I know. 4:25 is game time. We've got sunshine. We've got mid-80s to start the game. But notice once the sun goes down, we cool off, and we cool off quickly. Low 70s by 8 o'clock. So 83 to 71. It's going to be a dramatic. Hopefully that's the only drama you see. And maybe it's actually like a really good game. I know Bengals fans are very worried in the stadium. So the thought is that as you whip it around and you're wearing your white, it looks like whiteout conditions. Bills Mafia. These are geniuses.
Well, it's crazy that the NFL has really embraced weather themes this year because all the alternative jerseys, like the Cardinals debuted their sandstorm last week, and the Patriots are going to have nor'easter. Yeah. There are multiple weather themes out there, but these are pretty cool.
I like this one. This is pretty cool.
These are pretty sweet.
I wish I could have gone to that game and record, done some stuff. This is so weather related. It's a whiteout. Come on.
It's not quite a terrible towel.
No, it's
but
not
I do
terrible.
love the Bring the Storm. Like, this
Well,
is
that's
like
cool, yeah.
tailor-made for meteorologists.
You can't be terrible. That would be copying.
No.
This isn't to show off your towels. Do you have a storm towel? No, they're like, no, we have sand uniforms. We don't need your towel.
I don't want a jar of sand.
Oh, what if they just sent us a jar of sand? Remember sand art? That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Alex is here for the freebies.
I was like, sand art. Like, remember, like, sand art? Like, we used to take it so seriously in elementary school. You'd be like, hold on, I'm a Picasso. Let me layer in a layer of pink. Our parents threw those out in 1998.
Right.
There are 8 million dumps.
No,
But let's bring it back.
your mom doesn't throw anything away, does she?
Yes.
She does?
Yeah,
All your stuff. She kept all your brother's
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I got called down to the basement and said, if you want this, you take it. Otherwise, we throw it out. And I was like, it's like a Mom, I love you picture. And she's like, yeah, you're grown up now. I'm just kidding. Not
Yeah,
the Mom,
you're
I
an
love
adult.
you.
You're an
But,
adult now.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit
Now
more
she
about...
keeps other cool stuff. This towel.
You're not giving her that, are you?
No.
Okay. I didn't
No, they like the Eagles. They'd be like, what do we do with this towel? My dad will use it to dry his car. No offense, Bill.
Storm. Bring the
cool, though.
storm, Mom and
It is
Dad.
cool.
So, all right, let's talk about what's going on for you on this Friday evening edition of Weather Unfiltered. I'm Mike Bettis.
I'm Alex Wilson. We made it to Friday. It's October 3rd. Heading into our first weekend of October, not feeling so much the season across the north.
It feels a lot more like July,
Yeah.
honestly, than it does October. Temperatures are going to be really warm, 80s and 90s to go all the way to Canadian border.
And then down to the south, it's all about rain. And rain chances that stick with us, not just today, but also tomorrow, also Sunday. Oh, and how about Monday for good measure, just to really
Thumbs
complete
down.
the 4-pack? Because if you're like, oh, that's okay, I took Monday off, I got a long weekend. Weather's like, psych, nope, you don't get it either.
Joke's on you, right? And for Florida, it's the same old, same old. We've been doing this for a month.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, okay, Alex and Mike, we get it. Like we're the least favorite child.
I don't
here.
know what's going on. Well, hopefully we can bring you some sunshine at some point here for the Sunshine State. But we've got lots to talk about. That does include chances for some rain across the Gulf Coast. New Orleans, we could be one of those spots this weekend.
Yeah, and also a stat about Jacksonville and the size. It's the largest city in the continental U.S., partly because it's one with Duval County. I don't totally get the logistics of it, but it's massive. That's all we need to know. So, Kansas City coming to town. We're going to show off Jacksonville on Monday night, and it's going to be rainy. This is one of those games. I've said it last hour. I said it the hour before. They're awesome to watch on TV because you're like, man, look at it. It's raining. It looks miserable. Like, oh, what a mess. The ball's going everywhere. And then at the game, you're like, I hate it here. This is awful. I can't believe I spent all this money to come to Monday Night Football and I'm sitting in the rain. I mean, there's the excitement of it, but you're also like, could it have just been these temperatures and dry? Unfortunately, the rain's going to be kind of the, what is it in football? The 11th man, 10th man, 9th man, 12th man? I went the wrong way. 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th. No, the 12th. Got it. All right, but it's not going to be our helper. It's going to be like the adversary. So maybe it would be the 10th man, I guess. We've got temps not moving much throughout the game. We go from upper 70s to mid 70s. Now, when we look at Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence based on their ratings in these kind of conditions, rain games, quarterback rating Mahomes a little bit higher than Lawrence, but all in all, pretty similar stats when we look at yards per game, touchdowns per game, and interceptions per game. So they're all kind of in line. If anything, it's just going to be a bit of a challenge to watch, but likely these games end up being some of the most interesting to watch as well. So we'll see how it pans out on Monday night after you finish Weather Unfiltered, of course. Now, Jacksonville, between now and Tuesday, 1 to 2 inches of rain likely for you guys. Farther down I-95, we could see over 3 inches of rain. So there are going to be pockets that see some pretty hefty totals by the time all is said and done. They'd be more likely to be focused in the east. I think farther west you go in Florida, much less in the way of rain. Places like Tampa and areas west of Gainesville, probably less than an inch, all things considered throughout the weekend. Jacksonville right now, you've got some showers moving in, especially on the south side of town, 10-mile-an-hour wind. Daytona Beach, mainly clear. You can see the passing showers throughout the northern part of the state. That's the trend. So, again, not going to be raining at all times, but notice the rain showers just keep coming. So you get rain, you get a break. You get rain, you get a break. You get a thunderstorm, you get a break. It's not one of those weekends where it's just consistent torrential rain. Now, I do think by Sunday the coverage goes up a little bit, so you might see more periods of rain, but just no rain chances will be with us throughout the weekend. So if you're hosting the birthday party, the Halloween party a little early, make sure you've got that indoor backup, because there's nothing worse than counting on everyone being outside, not having cleaned the basement or the garage, and then all of a sudden everyone's in there and they're looking at your little pile of junk that you just didn't have time to throw in the closet. So just do that ahead of time. Fort Lauderdale, 15-mile-per-hour wind with rain showers. Miami, partly cloudy with winds under 10 miles an hour. Now, very similar to North Florida, we're going to see those passing showers, passing thunderstorms tonight, tomorrow, again on Sunday. So rain chances across South Florida remain elevated through the weekend. And very similar to North Florida, we're going to see the higher totals along the 95 corridor, lesser totals the farther west you go. I think for South Florida, probably plus side of an inch. I'd say between an inch and 2 inches, but very likely we say below 2 inches in most spots. Some spots could get close to there, but I think probably 1.5 up to 2 would be the most likely range. But remember, you get a thunderstorm and you could get 2 inches in an hour. So very much a possibility for us to see some locally enhanced totals. Miami forecast looks like this. Tomorrow, I think you'll see the most dry time. The showers and thunderstorms fairly hit or miss, but rain chances go up, coverage goes up as well Sunday, and then especially Monday and Tuesday. Mike?
Alex, thank you very much for that.
Not the gargoyle, but the thing that looks like the gargoyle. Well, Chicago, you stay hot this weekend, then bottom drops out on us in a big way. We've got 89 coming your way tomorrow. That's, by the way, 20 degrees above average for this time of year. Mid-80s on Sunday and Monday, and then by Tuesday, down to 65. So big changes. It's not going to be a gradual drop. It is going to be kind of a whiplash. You know, 65 would be closer to what we'd expect this time of year. But again, coming off mid and upper 80s, I know it's going to be a little bit of a shock to the system. And it's not just Chicago in on the warmth. We got warm temperatures for a lot of areas, all the way up to the U.S.-Canada border, up towards the Great Lakes, New England, down to Florida, the Gulf Coast. I mean, parts of the plains, the southern plains, the central plains, the high plains could be setting record high temperatures or record warm low temperatures into and through the weekend. That jet stream way up to the north. So that's why we're seeing such departures from average. These aren't, 5 to 10 degree departures. These temperatures are going to be 15, 20, 25 degrees above the mark. So 80s and 90s. That's the norm. And places like Minneapolis, where very, very rarely do you get 90-degree temperatures in October. This would be the latest on record, by the way, if we got there tomorrow. And it would also be a record for the day. 89 is the current record high. 90 is our forecast. So if we get 90 tomorrow, that sets the daily record. And again, the latest 90-degree day we have seen in Minneapolis. Green Bay, I think you'll set a record probably by 5 degrees. 89 the forecast, 84 the record. So may not even be close. Lansing, you're going to likely set by 2 degrees. In Marquette, it could be a 6-degree break. 84 the forecast, 78 is the record. Now, Sunday, we've got temperatures in the mid and upper 80s coming for Chicago, Des Moines, Detroit, Cincinnati, St. Louis, and Kansas City. Back to the upper 70s in Minneapolis, but even Marquette, Michigan, upper 70s into the weekend. Now, Cincinnati, you are hosting the Detroit Lions there at Paycor Stadium. This is a game time of Sunday at 4:25. Game time temperatures in the 80s, but once the sun goes down, those temps will cool off in a big way. We're down to 72 by 8 o'clock. Mike?
All right, we've also got a full...
Towels. They're like, think the Pittsburgh Steelers towels, but white and cooler.
Wait a second.
They're cooler physically.
Okay, physically,
yeah.
Steelers fans might take exception to that. Yeah. But these are really neat, aren't they? Like, I love the logo, the Bring the Storm motto. It's just awesome stuff. Oh, and by the way, the Patriots, their special jersey is going to be the Nor'easter.
Are they going to wear it to this one?
I don't think so. I think it's for they'll do it for home games.
But I would like to see which one wins.
But some of the jerseys this year are all weather themed.
Yeah.
Like the Cards did theirs last week, which was Sandstorm, which I thought was really cool too.
It looked like they were just dirty. At first, you're like,
it was awesome.
Why is that jersey so filthy? And then you're like, it's the special one. So these ones, these will be filthy because they'll get the paint and the grass all over it.
Like they're white uniforms.
What laundry detergent companies we want the sponsorship on this one? But it's like your windshield. You can't have your windshield getting cracked. Somebody's cleating your face. I know that's what it's supposed to protect.
They're made of something special. I don't know what it is. Crack-proof plastic.
Well, Bell's Mafia, I would like to come, and I would like to jump through a table.
You're going to hurt yourself.
I really would like. I feel like it's a bucket list thing, though. I would love to go to a Bills game, jump through a table, and sing Mr. Brightside.
We're going to have to put like some mattresses and some pillows down and have an ambulance on standby.
I'll wear like a padded suit. No, I'll wear like a couple layers of sweats. I don't want to be a whim. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Half of them go shirtless, for goodness sake. So
well, that's
don't do
legally.
that.
I'm not allowed to do that legally.
So I don't know what isn't legal in Buffalo, but
actually, that's true. It probably isn't illegal. They're like, you know what, girl, you do you.
I'm sure they encourage it, to be honest.
Wait, what? I just got invited. That's crazy.
Ding, ding, ding. See you later.
All right, guys. Well, I got to fly out. I'll see you in Buffalo.
Night, everyone. This is Weather Unfiltered. I'm Mike Bettis.
I'm Alex Wilson. Dr. Rick Knabb has the day off. He'll be back with us on Monday. He didn't want to have to like break it to the Gulf Coast in Florida that they've got another weekend.
Again, he's talked a lot about tropics lately, so good for him to take a little breather. We'll see him again next week. But for a lot of you, the weather's not taking any breaks this weekend. In fact, summer's coming back, believe it or not.
Yeah, we're like, it's like, well, wait, I'm not done. It's kind of like, you know, when you're fighting with somebody and you're like, oh,
and another thing.
It's that with summer. It's like, I'm going to get you one more time, and it's going to really be hot, like 90s in Minneapolis.
Yeah. Record-setting temperatures could be headed our way day and night, by the way. So for some of you, I know this time of year, you're like, oh, my air conditioner, thank goodness I don't have to run it because it's so expensive. Sorry about that.
You're going to have to run it. We also are going to be, you know, keeping the rain gear handy, especially